Sometimes the world is so loud that we forget the sound of our own thoughts. But what if silence, not success, not applause, was the key to truly knowing yourself? Welcome to Charliez Advisory, where we help you grow in business, career, and self-development, turning everyday insights into smart solutions that make life better. Do you ever feel like you're constantly on? Always connected, always performing, always scrolling through someone else's highlight reel? What if I told you that the secret to unlocking your deepest self isn't more connection, but less? Today, we're going to explore how embracing solitude, and I don't mean loneliness, can lead you to powerful self-discovery, unshakable clarity, and profound personal growth. This isn't about escaping the world. It's about finding yourself so you can navigate it better. Stay with me, because this might just be the most important conversation you have all week. Let's talk about the noise. Not just the traffic or the city sounds, but the constant, buzzing noise of modern life. It's the endless stream of notifications on your phone, the pressure of deadlines at work, the unspoken expectation to have an opinion on everything. It's the subtle, constant hunt for validation through likes, shares, and comments. We are swimming in a sea of information, opinions, and distractions. And here's the paradox. We're surrounded by people, both online and offline, yet so many of us feel completely disconnected from ourselves. It's a strange kind of crowded loneliness. This constant external stimulation keeps us in a state of reaction. We react to an email, react to a news story, react to a social media post. We're so busy reacting that we've forgotten how to reflect. We lose sensitivity to our own inner compass, that quiet voice inside that tells us what we truly need, what feels right, and where we genuinely want to go. Instead, we follow the noise, hoping it leads us somewhere meaningful. Recent studies even show that too much digital engagement actively suppresses our self-awareness and stifles our creativity. It's like trying to hear a whisper in the middle of a rock concert. The noise isn't just a distraction, it's a blinder. It keeps us from seeing ourselves clearly. So, if noise blinds us, then solitude is what opens our eyes. Now, when I say solitude, I need you to hear me clearly. I am not talking about loneliness. Loneliness is a painful, involuntary state of isolation. It's a feeling of emptiness, a craving for connection that isn't there. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice. It's a voluntary, intentional act of spending time with yourself. It's not about emptiness, it's about fullness. It's about creating space to connect with the most important person in your life, you. Think of it this way. Loneliness is being alone and feeling bad about it. Solitude is being alone and enjoying the company. As someone once beautifully put it, solitude is not being alone. It's being in touch with your soul. When you deliberately step away from the noise, you create a sacred space. In this space, you can finally hear your authentic thoughts without the interference of other people's expectations or opinions. You can untangle your feelings from the feelings you think you should have. I remember a time a few years ago when I was feeling incredibly burned out and confused about my next career move. Every piece of advice I got seemed to contradict the last. So, I took a weekend trip to a small cabin by a lake, completely by myself. No phone, no laptop, just a journal and my thoughts. That first day was uncomfortable, almost loud in its silence. But by the second day, something shifted. Walking by the water, just listening to the wind, my own desires started to surface. The fog of confusion began to lift, and I realized what I truly wanted wasn't a bigger title, but more meaningful work. That clarity didn't come from a business book, it came from silence. It came from solitude. So, the big question is, how can you practice this intentional solitude without feeling isolated, unproductive, or just plain bored? Let's make this practical. You don't need to book a remote cabin for a week. You can start small, right where you are. First, try morning silence. Before you grab your phone, before you check your email, just give yourself the first 10 minutes of the day. You can sit with a cup of coffee and look out the window. You can do some gentle stretching, or you can simply lie in bed and breathe, noticing how you feel. This simple act sets a tone of inner connection for the rest of your day, rather than starting it in a reactive state. Second, embrace journaling. This is a powerful tool for self-discovery. The key is to write freely, without any judgment or editing. Don't worry about grammar or making sense. Just let your thoughts flow onto the page. You can use prompts to get started, like asking yourself, what am I truly feeling right now? underneath all the to-do lists. Third, schedule digital detox moments. This is non-negotiable in our hyper-connected world. Start by dedicating 1 hour every single day to be completely screen-free. Put your phone in another room. Turn off the TV. Let your mind wander. If you're feeling bold, try a full day on the weekend. That you'll be amazed at the thoughts and ideas that emerge when you're not constantly consuming content. Fourth, take solo walks or drives. There's something magical about movement combined with silence. Go for a walk in a park without headphones. Go for a drive on a scenic route with the radio off. The rhythmic motion helps to process emotions and untangle complex thoughts. Some of my biggest breakthroughs have happened while simply walking alone. Finally, end your day with self-reflection questions. You start to see clearly what fills you up and what depletes you, allowing you to make more conscious choices tomorrow. The beautiful thing is, the more time you spend alone, the clearer your life becomes. Not because the world changes, but because you do. When you consistently practice solitude, something transformative begins to happen inside you. It's not just about feeling rested. It's about a fundamental shift in how you relate to yourself and the world. You start to trust your own intuition more. That quiet gut feeling you used to ignore, it gets louder and clearer. You become less dependent on external validation because you're learning to validate yourself. You find your own approval is the only one that truly matters. Your decisions become more aligned with your core values, not with trends or societal pressures. You start living a life that is authentically yours. There's a powerful emotional takeaway here. Solitude helps you meet the one person you've been avoiding for far too long, yourself. We often run from being alone because we're afraid of what we might find. The unresolved feelings, the uncomfortable truths, the unfulfilled dreams. But when you bravely sit in that silence, you realize that person isn't so scary. In fact, getting to know them is the most rewarding journey you will ever take. Ultimately, solitude isn't an escape from life. It's a preparation for living it more fully. When you learn to be comfortable and content in your own company, you return to the world differently. You show up more centered, more confident, and ironically, more connected to others in a genuine way because you're no longer seeking something from them to fill a void within yourself. You connect from a place of wholeness, not neediness. If this message spoke to you today, I want to invite you to take a small action. Find a moment today, even if it's just for 10 minutes, to disconnect from the noise and listen to the sound of your own heart. Share this video with someone you care about, someone who might need the reminder that silence can be powerful, too. And if you're new here and want more insights like this to help you grow in your business, career, and personal life, make sure you subscribe to Charliez Advisory and turn on notifications. We post new videos every week designed to help you build a smarter, more meaningful life. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'll see you in the next one.